Alright, so this is just a quick video trying to explain how WeirdChamp clips work. So this is, clipping any percent where you clip it to FF1. I'm going to do it with positive speed just because it's easier for me. Alright, and I click over here. You'll notice that I kept my speed after I clipped because you tend to clip to floors. Okay, well, let's frame in advance what's going on, though. Because I think that's going to be the most fruitful. So, okay. So you notice right here, my Y value went to 715. Now, the previous frame, I basically had the same X and Z value. However, my Y value just jumped all the way down to 715, and right now I would still be in the standing animation. You can look at my animation state is state 7, which would be the sidling animation while standing. Or not sidling, but the scooting animation. But yeah, so basically I just clip down, and now since I'm standing, next frame I'll move to the left, and if I'm standing still, which I am, because you'll notice that Y value was the same as the Y value over here. So how do we explain this? Well, let's just go with this for a second. Just go away. Okay. Okay, a bit of a spoiler to come. Anyways, so basically we have Link here, obviously. He moves a little from in the XZ department, not much, the frame of, and then it'll take your actual speed, okay, and your speed angle, and if you're oriented the right way on a slope, we'll get into that. Then it'll then project you down. It'll take this projection from your speed angle and angle, and based off of your orientation, it's going to project you downwards and look at this Y value, and it's the Y value of this ground here. Is that you'll clip to the Y value of ground. Yeah. So basically, you can't WeirdChamp clip to like the middle of nowhere, like some air, like up here, like you have to WeirdChamp clip to ground, like where there is some collision. Not necessarily that you can at the very least stand on if you had like chest storage. So like it doesn't have to be collision that you can stand on. But if you had like chest storage or door cancel, you have to at least be able to stand on it that way. If that makes any sense. And then you can WeirdChamp clip to it. But yeah, basically, yeah, you can just WeirdChamp clip like that, and it's pretty simple. Anyways. Something to note, of course, so the orientation is basically, if you have positive speed, then you want to be facing down the slope, and if you have negative speed, you want to be facing up the slope, such that basically, like negative speed, you'd be going this way. Not really how it works, but I guess it's how the game thinks it should work, or at least part of the game thinks it should work. And of course, with positive speed, you go down this way, and negative speed, you go down the slope. So that's how I remember it, and then you need to have it like that in order to get the WeirdChamp clip to work. And basically, it seems to be like depending on a few factors. Anyways, it depends on to figure out like how far down you could potentially WeirdChamp clip. I'm not really sure the exact numbers, but I assume it depends on angle and such. But yeah. Something to also note, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to give myself just 1,000 speed, okay? I know we're going to loss, actually, now I think about it. Give myself 1,000 speed. I guess I did not do what I wanted to do. One sec. That's really not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm bad at this. I don't know why. I feel like it, whatever. I don't know why it moved me so much. Whatever. I'll just try and advance it. It should be fine. But yeah, so... Okay, yeah, now it's better. Oh, I didn't... Alright, so you notice I'm at 1,000 speed. And, so you'll notice the actual speed. Okay, so my actual speed is at 99.7. And my current speed is it should be 997.5 because there's a 2.5 subtraction like per frame, which doesn't get accounted for, but it should. So it's 997.5, and my actual speed's like only 0.15 less than that. Or I guess 0.142, whatever. Anyways, now if I were to change my speed angle to turn completely around and give it negative 1,000 speed, it's going to be very, very different. So we'll do that real quick. 5, 3, okay. And negative speed. If you look at my actual speed now, it's going to drop to 847, which is like over 10%, difference. So it's pretty significant. And this could be, just something to keep in mind that for clipping with negative speed, it's going to require, or at least in this case, it would require greater speed. But that also means that when you drop 2.5, it's going to be less. So that could be like useful for if you want to get like a very precise speed. Anyways, so that basically covers this clip. Hopefully you understand it. If not, we'll go through more examples. So hopefully that helps. I have too much speed. Okay, actually, so first we're going to go over Mega Weird Shot. They're pretty simple. Basically, if I go like this, I'm going to start Mega Weird Shotting, right? And so what's going on here is basically I'm weird shot clipping down to like this collision right here. You could have checked my Y value and it would have went down to there. Whoops. Anyways, so basically you can go from here to here, and because you're not like clipping all the way down, it still considers you on the ground. So the next frame you'll do it again, and you'll continually go down, and you have to like have high enough speed in order for it to actually start the Mega Weird Shot, which is kind of dumb, but yeah, it's just how it works. I don't know why. And of course, you can also, as I mentioned before, you can actually go up 30 units as well as going down, pretty much arbitrarily down. And so that lets you do things like Mega Weird Shot over here. If I give myself some positive speed here, I'm going to Mega Weird Shot. This is, usually you do it with negative speed, but I'll do it with positive. I had too much speed there. That was a bit too much. But yeah, then you can make a weird shot like this. And something to note is some people said that only like Link's like left or right foot goes up. It alternates based off of animation. So yeah. Like yeah. Anyways, so yeah, basically that's how Mega Weird Shots work. So anyways, now onto this. So basically how the current setup works, I think most people get, but I'm just gonna go over it again. Basically you item slide against this, and then you like go up this slope. Now this slope is 50 units from here to here. It goes from 3650 to 3700. I'm looking here for my X, Y, and Z values, by the way. You can also look here. Either work. But you'll notice there's a difference of 50, and Link goes up at a maximum of 30 units his Y value can increase by at most 30 units, which basically guarantees that you're going to get stopped by the slope for a frame, which is quite important. And all you need is one frame stopped on a slope with a speed angle pointing towards, a lower Y value, and that collision becomes your new Y collision. So it just gets like projected down. So if your position gets projected over here, the next frame for like that current frame, the end of that frame really is when it happens. Then your Y value will become 3,500. However, there are other ways of doing this, and something also about the dip is basically you're on flat ground when you dip, which might seem kind of like intuitive because how can you weird shot kind of on flat ground? Well, basically you go up 30 units, as I mentioned, which I guess you go up 30 units here. In theory, you could also go up 30 units here, which would let you have more speed, so you can have more speed for the turnaround and whatnot, which could be useful. But I don't know, there's like a bajillion ways of doing this trick, so I don't know. Anyways, basically you can go here, but there's other ways. Like you can also like go up on this thing and like slide around. You have to be careful though, because if you go up here, like you can no longer WeirdChamp clip because you have to be on a slope. But yeah, in theory you can use it like that as well. But you'd need like the right speed, and you'd have to turn around still, and it's a mess. But anyways, another thing to note though is all you need are different Y values that you get projected to, and so this is one Y value that could do. Again, dips like visually. Sorry, I should just go over dips because I feel like I got distracted. But yeah, dips happen when you're here, like you dip up. It could, even though like your Y value increases, it can visually cause you to dip down. It can also cause you to visually go up. It depends on like your orientation. But anyways, yeah. So you go up here. This is one spot that lets you clip into it. You can also potentially get a dip. Whoops. Yeah, go down. You can also potentially get a dip here. So if you dip here, because by the way, all this can happen through walls. Like the walls don't matter, because only your Y value is clipping down, and then the next frame walls will matter and everything. But yeah. Anyways, so we can also go see here. This is where you'd have to clip to. Like this is the Y value you need in order to like get the clip, and then you could also potentially dip from this over here and then like clip to down here. So that's like 3 ways of potentially doing that clip. I mean, people have videos, everyone has videos on the current setup, but there's just so many possible ways of doing it that, one of them's got to be pretty consistent, I hope. Anyways, that's that. Anyways, let's go and talk about I guess yeah, okay. Let's talk about this. So basically, you have this, some people, were like, oh, how do we enter Triforce early? It's important or something. I don't know why it's important. People tell me it's important, but I don't get it. The early Triforce can potentially save some time at 100%, but there's a lot of things that need to, like you need to get medley skip in order for it to work, and like you'd also need early headstone, which is possible currently with island hop, and it's also possible probably with WeirdChamp clips, but I've looked at it and it's really annoying because the way you have to WeirdChamp clip for it is annoying, and I don't know if it is RTA viable. But anyways, and you'd also need, for 100%, you need a way to WeirdChamp clip down here, which is, mind you, impossible. Well, at least like this is only a difference of 30, so you need to WeirdChamp clip a distance of 140. in order to clip. So it doesn't really add up. But anyways, I'm gonna. Where am I? Anyways, we're gonna talk about this clip. This is the clip we're on right now. Okay, so if I give myself 800 speed here, I'm gonna go against this the head zone for 1 frame. But now the next frame, I'm going to go and clip down. Right, now you notice my watt value just went down 200 units, and again, I only need to clip 140 units, so this works. Now if I go to 0 and give myself, pop myself back up, you'll notice that I am on a slope, and I had speed going this way. Now, I wasn't stopped by a wall, but this ended up happening. So it's another diagram here. Basically, this all happens in 1 frame, right? You go this way in 1 frame, you're on a slope, and you're properly oriented such that the projection will actually displace you down. Sorry. Okay, so the projection happens and you go down because, and this is all in 1 frame, right? So basically, the actual speed. These arrows are supposed to be the same length, by the way. So this actual speed puts you here, in the same direction as the projection, and the same length as this projection, and it's gonna put you down, right? Now over here, you'll notice the actual speed. Well, it got stopped by a wall. It could also get stopped by a slope in the case of FOF. But yeah, basically you it gets stopped by here, and then there's a projection, and then the y displacement. So that's basically this is basically the same thing that's happening. It's just many ways of doing it. Basically the important thing is after Link moves. Basically, this is the clip happens like at the end of the thing. It might have to. It seemingly has to do with like possibly Link's animation and like him like them wanting him to like visually stay more on the ground or something. I don't really know, but like because there are instances like if Link's feet don't move, like that animation tends to not let Link do a WeirdChamp clip. Like so, like if you're shielding, you won't WeirdChamp clip, or if you're like slashing, you won't WeirdChamp clip. So yeah, but anyways, you have your actual speed here, and you have your projection. These arrows are basically the same direction, but they happen like one after another. And basically, if this projection ends up projecting you down, like from here to this XZ coordinate, it'll look for some ground there, the highest ground there, and it'll project you to that ground. And it just matters that you, at the end of the frame, after all the actual speed, your X and Z coordinates get calculated. After those X and Z coordinates get calculated, are you on a slope, properly oriented to WeirdChamp clip, and does your speed angle and actual speed line up with some collision down here? That's all that really matters. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna show it again because I don't think I showed it that well. But basically, I'm gonna kill my speed just manually. Obviously, you'd have to kill your speed and either leave or turn around or something, but I don't feel like doing that. It sounds like a pain. So I'm just gonna kill my speed, and yeah, we just fall down. So going back to is it possible? So there were some people who were trying to clip like this, and I don't think it's possible to do it this way. Because so basically what's going on here is you're clipping on this. So like you see like this here, there's like a divot, a hole here. Basically there's some triangles here, some collision that you can clip to, and that's what you're clipping to. I don't think you can stand on this collision because it just lets you pass through it, but you can clip WeirdChamp clip at those collisions. So anyways, yeah, that's about that. Now I'm gonna move on to, I guess, here. So basically, this seemingly looks like another possible thing to do with. It's like so like the previous WeirdChamp clip was similar to that I showed on the last video, was basically going from here to here, and then you clip down to here. But this distance is only 100 units, whereas Early Savage, you got like 200 units. So that doesn't work. Now, technically, you can, if you could potentially get enough speed, you could go to here, which is 200 units, and that would let you clip, but I don't know how you do that. Now, if you look at the walls are this way, so the walls can't really help you, considering you just have bad orientation. Well, it's just your speed angle wouldn't work, really. Your orientation would be fine, I guess. But yeah, your speed angle just has to be this way, and it's not going to line up. So I couldn't come up with a way with this, but there are plenty of WeirdChamp clips that could hopefully get setups now. Yeah. So yeah, this one doesn't seem like it'll work, but others could potentially work. Something about like WeirdChamp clipping just straight off of islands, like. So something to note is, let's take FF1, right? So FF1, if you, so this is FF1. I'm gonna go really far. Eventually I'll clip. Oh, sorry, that was dumb of me. I need to face this way. I have no idea what I clicked on. I think I was too high. Or too low. Okay, I'm too low again. Okay, that's... Hang on. I'm trying to prove a point here. Can you stop, please? I have no idea what happened there. I'm not trying to clip to the ocean, but because the ocean floor here is not really existent, which means FF2. FF2 has an ocean floor, where this one doesn't really, but I guess I'm still reaching it by the looks of it. I don't know, that was like minus 100. I have no idea what that's about. Anyways, a bunch of speed and water, which could potentially be useful, like just getting speed and water with WeirdChamp clips. But anyways, what I was trying to say is FF1 doesn't clip as much as FF2 so far as we know, and the reason we think that is just because the ocean floor doesn't extend as far in FF1 compared to FF2. Some other things to note is I'm gonna go. I don't know where to go and do it. I guess we can do it. I guess we do it here. So if I just go, okay, I'm gonna go this side. I guess here would work. Yeah. So you'll notice that my y value is 10 to the minus 8th. 10 to the minus 9th, sorry. Or sorry, 10 to the 9th. Negative 10 to the 9th. Yeah. Yeah, anyways. And so basically this is like the boundary floor thing that the game doesn't really like you not being in a cutscene state past this. But this does count as a floor, at least for WeirdChamp clips. So that's something to note. And you can get out of it if you have like water above you. That's how Forbidden Woods spell skip works. So yeah, I think that's basically it. I might be missing something, but yeah, that's basically how WeirdChamp clips, Mega Weird Shots work. Hopefully, this was somewhat comprehensible. I know I've been rambling and stuff, but hopefully it makes some sense. So yeah, okay.